the dentist, they're like, what terrible flavor of fluoride do you want? And they put that paste over your teeth for like the next 5 hours. I'm like, I'm going to skip that today. First years, my name is Father Kevin Grove. I'm a Holy Cross priest, teach theology, and reside in Dunne Hall. When we use the word tradition at the University of Notre Dame, it's a living thing, not simply repeating what has always been done, but handing on a way of seeking understanding in our world. This week in Moreau, we encounter two great traditions and consider how they might shape your experience here. The first is the mission of the Congregation of Holy Cross, started by Father Basil Moreau, after whom this course is named, and who is on the road to becoming a saint in the Catholic Church. The second is the mission of Notre Dame, which is one of the most famous of Holy Cross's ministries throughout the world. I would like you to consider a singular example that unites both of these and starts with the very name we share, Notre Dame. The great American medical doctor turned essayist, Walker Percy, said when he received his Laetare Medal that Notre Dame's name was unlike other universities to which most of us are accustomed. It's not the name of a state, city, or founding figure, but rather, as Percy said, a community of scholars that could be known by the simple words, Our Lady. And from the first time that you sang the alma mater during Welcome Weekend to the last time that it closes your university commencement, those two little words are a good illustration of both the tradition you receive and the charge to live it well. Notre Dame, Our Lady, needs a key point of context. Go with me for a moment to 18th century Paris, France, a scene of violence and mobs during the Revolution. In the Cathedral Church of Notre Dame in the heart of Paris, the statue of the Virgin Mary, that is, mother of a first-century Galilean Jew named Jesus, dressed in white with a blue sash, was torn out of the church, and instead, a young woman was chosen from the crowd, dressed up in white with a blue sash and a red revolutionary cap, and she was carried through the church and the streets as the goddess of reason. The statement was clear enough. Notre Dame, Our Lady, had been supplanted. She was unreasonable, and reason alone was to be the new religion. Unfortunately, it was also enforced by violence and bloodshed. To make a long story short, this did not work. Just a decade later, France experienced a 70% drop in students attending university, and the national literacy rate had fallen by 7%. Holy Cross's Our Lady, our Notre Dame, began as a response to the failures of that time. Father Moreau, a popular professor and teacher, founded a family of priests, brothers, and sisters who would give their lives for a mission, to be educators in the faith. They were to reinvigorate and renew society by siding neither with blind faith nor blind reason. Both of those are equally abhorrent. No, he founded Holy Cross to remind the world that if we are really searching for truth in whatever we study, then we need both faith and reason. The image of that vision is our Notre Dame, Mary on top of the golden dome. She was both a woman of faith and one who pondered, as Luke's gospel describes. She deeply considered what she did not yet understand, particularly the mystery of her son's life. She's hardly an embarrassment to reason. Her pondering empowers every searcher for truth, regardless of discipline, which is what Notre Dame's mission reflects. Father Moreau staked his life and my religious order on the idea that this way of education would save and unite a broken world. 180-some years later, you are sitting here as first years, and our Holy Cross congregation continues vibrantly because Father Moreau was right. He called education, and I've never discovered another person who says this, a work of the resurrection. Isn't that extraordinary? A work of life from death. It calls each of us out of the darkness of ignorance and sin, first into society as people committed to integrity and to each other, and then into the final hope of a life shared together as one in heaven. That's our Notre Dame. That's the tradition we in Holy Cross now share with you. Our Notre Dame mission statement emerges from the living tradition of Holy Cross. In the top universities of our country and our world, you will not find claims so bold as no genuine search for the truth in the human or the cosmic order is alien to the life of faith. Our earlier image of Notre Dame helps us here as well. When Father Theodore Hesburgh, global leader in Catholicism, champion of civil rights, and president of our university, was interviewed about what makes Notre Dame unique, he said that it was a place committed to total truth. That is, we would take into consideration all of the dimensions of reality, both faith and reason. So against other voices that said that Catholic universities were a contradiction in terms, Hesburgh made a claim that the Catholic university was uniquely suited to be open to total truth in a way other places are not. To capture this, Time magazine featured Father Hesburgh on its cover, holding open a book. The right pages feature math and science. On the facing page is an image of Mary, Notre Dame with a child. This Mary was painted by Giotto in 1310 and is frequently cited as a marker of the beginning of the Renaissance. Father Hesburgh's claim is that the Catholic University, by being open to total truth, imaged by the Blessed Virgin Mary, should become the site of the new Renaissance. That, of course, is up to you and me. First years, all of us in this life inhabit traditions, sometimes even unwittingly. At Notre Dame, we invite you to bring all you are. Father Moreau called it mind, heart, limbs, health, and strength in his Suscipe prayer, into a bold mission which we in Holy Cross share gladly with you. Our community cares about you, and you should know that we gather in Corby Hall to pray for you on most days long before you're even awake. A few of your class will inevitably join our order, but all of you, from whatever background, are welcome, because this place has called you to learn and to grow along with us. When you graduate this university, your diploma will be marked by the seal of Notre Dame. Upon it will be the words in Latin, Vita dulcedo et spes, for life, sweetness, and hope. Those are the words of a prayer for Our Lady's intercession. They are also Holy Cross's goal for your journey here, that you might become the glorious person you are in God's eyes and settle for nothing less. Then, from here and for our human family, we pray that you too might embody a tradition of bringing the hope that lasts. May God bless each of you.